Welcome everyone to our second Android tournament of the weekend. January Cup number 2 begins here on Overtime.
First up, we do have the Brothers versus Black Eagle counterfeit. Which team do you think will be taking the first game?
Well, it's tough to say because these two teams are pretty closely seeded. In fact, I think they're probably our closest seeded teams of the tournament, which is one of the reasons why kind of wanted to have this as our first quarterfinal match. 9 teams playing here today. The Brotherhood, the Brothers, not the Brotherhood, that's another team entirely. The Brothers from Brazil against the Black Eagle squad, number 5 seed against number 4. So I don't know. I'm prepared to see either team come out ahead, but I think Black Eagle, they've got a more terrifying team name, so I give them the very slight edge.
Well, talking about Black Eagle, they are currently the team that have been forced to go and attack, because you can see on your minimap that the G Brothers, they have just put themselves into a position down in that left corner where they can't just defend themselves. They are forcing Black Eagle to come and push onto them.
Yeah, it's looking like, even with the numbers disadvantage, Brothers managing to control the space well enough to minimize that, but that could start to change, as I think Black Eagle perhaps now realizing they've got the opportunity to move it and start getting these 2v1s going, which make it very, very easy to stay ahead when you are ahead.
You have to mention that the Brothers, they are down to one person, and that does mean that there obviously is a man advantage going into Black Eagle's favor.
For sure, it can be extremely important, especially if they can't reconnect by the end of the match. We're still seeing Ferrari though with the little bandage icon, doing a nice job with that heavy, but when you start getting hit from multiple sides, as Black Eagle have the potential to do, things can get real nasty real quickly.
But this game hasn't turned nasty for either team quite yet. Counterfeit, it's 8-8 between Black Eagle and the Brothers, and nobody's coming out ahead. Looking at some of the stats, it is also very even. You can say that the Brothers are hitting a bit more headshots, so obviously they are looking a bit more deadly than Black Eagle.
Still very early days though. It's the first minute passes with nary a hair's breadth between the teams. Nice pickup of the kill streaks there, so Black Eagle investing wisely will be able to stack that up and keep the good times rolling. As Hero doing a nice job with that imp, takes out Ferrari as well, and is just locking down this area for Black Eagle.
Black Eagle, they are ahead by 7 kills, Counterfeit, so this game is looking so good for them. It has been a lot on the back of Chris, finding 6 kills on his own with an accuracy of 20%. That is quite a lot.
Yeah, important for Brothers to be able to put Chris down, take those big scorers of Black Eagle off the table for however long they can. The Brothers now have got their 5th member back, so won't have to worry so much about being outnumbered, merely outgunned.
13-18, Counterfeit. 1 minute and 45 seconds left to go. This game is far from over, but Black Eagle, they are looking like they might just take a flight here and just go all the way into the semi-final.
Yeah, certainly this first game looking pretty good. This corridor fighting of Overtime seems to be favouring the Black Eagle style. They're comboing together with heavies and reusing the snipers in tune. But we see Cannabis here with the COG-V doing a nice job with the assault class. Of course, the assault having those multiple grenades means that you can do a nice lockdown of an area just by tossing grenade after grenade down to lock it down and keep your opponents at arm's length.
Black Eagle, they want to go further than they've been in the past. They've always gone out in the quarterfinal. In the second Android Cup, it was against All Gens. In the first January Cup, it was against Huawei. And now they are facing up against the Brothers. And these guys are not someone that Black Eagle they want to fall to. They think that the first time surely will be the charm.
Black Eagle keeping themselves ahead for the moment. Yes, this is just the beginning of the journey for whichever team wins out in this best of 3 and moves forward. Twitch giveaway is on right now. Head to twitch.tv/modern combat and enter in #quarter. If you want to get in on that, that will end when our first quarterfinal is done and dusted. We're getting through a lot of games today, as many as we possibly can, and it looks like Black Eagle, despite a heroic effort from the brothers, have taken pretty firm control of this first game.
Chris has been rocking that DBS for a long time now. Has been doing a lot of good work here in this game with that DBS as well, making sure to go up in that close range and make it count.
Chris doing amazingly so far, the best individual player performance right now by a significant margin, but Crows, I think, up to the challenge of trying to match those numbers as the brothers fall further and further behind. It's looking like ultimately, despite what we saw much earlier on, it's going to be pretty one-sided in the favor of the Indian squad.
Ferrari coming out with that Slack 7H, trying to find some grenades that can help him get an explosive comeback, but I don't think he'll be able to do so as he is taken down. Airstrikes coming in. And now Chris, with that Slack of his own, finds 2 kills, and suddenly it's looking very dire. Or even more dire than before, at least, for the brothers.
Yeah, Chris and KN both performing extraordinarily well, carrying Black Eagle on their individual performances as hero. Will take the final kill, and it's nearly by a 2-1 margin that Black Eagle take the first game of the day. Whew.
That was a good game. Black Eagle and the brothers, they were very close in the early game, but once we got to that mid game and the late game, it was just Black Eagle running away.
So say again, Chris and KNTM, honestly, and Hero as well, all 3 top players for the Black Eagle side performing admirably. Cannabis did get a lot of kills in that game, but a lot of deaths as well, and that just can't happen unless you've got a member of a team who is racking up the points. For now though, Twitch giveaway remains in place. We will be back after the break with more MC5, so stay tuned, and we'll have all the Android you can handle. Welcome back everyone, our first quarter-final match continues as Black Eagle will now take the blue. The brothers in the red as we head on to a scramble. It looked pretty one-sided towards the Eagles before, but in the early going the brothers put up a pretty good fight.
They definitely did, but now Black Eagle, they want to solidify the victory right here, kind of it. They want to win this game and just go all the way straight to the grand final.
Yeah, let's get us all some action as everybody connects in. It looks like we've got the full rosters on the field. Let's take a look around and see who some of our big number players are going to be. Remember Chris and KN trademark from before. KN going to be the one to take that first kill. The bounty hunter. Suddenly realizing they didn't have a way of getting away from that grenade. And regrets, perhaps they have a few.
As usual, you see one team going all the way down to that south building. That is where the brothers currently are being kept in. One thing I want to highlight is how Chris is standing all the way down to the north, sitting in a tower. Now just jumped off, but he was sitting up there keeping watch and shooting anyone who tried to run out of that building from the side of the brothers.
Yeah, very smart to try and combine together short and long range tactics. We don't actually see many teams try and do that. There are some good sidelines you can get into Hangar 01, the building we're in at the moment, from long range. And yeah, when the enemy are occupied with the rest of your team, they oftentimes won't, will make themselves very easy pickings for snipers from long range.
Who is doing the work here this time around from Black Eagle, kind of it? Can you see that? Can you pull up the scoreboard? So right here you see how it is. Afro? Is that how you pronounce that name?
Hero.
Oh, Hero. Is that an H? Okay, so Hero.
I mean, I'm not 100% certain, but I think it's a reasonable guess.
Yeah, well, let's just call him Hero then. So Hero is putting in the work for Black Eagle. The brothers, however, on their side of things, not looking too good. A lot of people have died a lot of times. And their biggest star player is going to be Cannabis, but right here, only having 3 kills and having died 4 times.
Yeah, with that gold cog V, not the ideal situation as Chris, who so far is untouched in this game, rocking that BSW and keeping the Black Eagle squad ahead as the kill streaks come and there's the airstrike landing, and Black Eagle set themselves up pretty well. Though Flavio gets some revenge, immediately Chris returns the favor.
Chris had been looking lackluster for a long time here in the early game, but now 7 kills and only 1 death. This guy is showing up. Overall, the stats are going in the favor for Black Eagle when we are looking at military support. And you can see how Chris, with that military support, were able to find, like 3 kills with 1 bomb strike. This guy knows how to do that military.
Well, yeah, I mean, that makes a big difference to the teams. Even if you can get an advantage, you can't cash it in with a well-placed bombing run or airstrike. You're not going to keep those kills going, but Black Eagle is showing a expert proficiency in that matter themselves as they continue to pressure down the brothers here. Crows, 8-1 so far. Absolutely crazy. Unstoppable, I think, is an understatement.
He's playing extremely well, Counterfeit, and for Black Eagle, their team is just so good overall. The brothers and Black Eagle, they are just miles apart when it comes to mechanical skill here on our second game of today's quarterfinal.
Hero and the rest of the Black Eagle squad pushing through pretty hard. Let's see, so Flavio, BM and Rockham, the best scoring members of the brothers at the moment, but this game seems to have gotten way out of hand. Black Eagle absolutely smashing through, and after this we'll take a chance to look at the bracket itself, but it's worth noting both of these teams are on the same side of the bracket as Score Gaming are very recent Android champions, just winning just a few hours ago, who was playing in this tournament as well as our #1 seed.
But on the opposite side of the bracket, we do have Old Gens, who just lost out to Syria Love, a team being represented or sorry, representing Russian Federation. So Old Gens are grand finalists from the monthly final are already knocked out. But Black Eagle, they're looking like a team that want to go all the way up and fight against Score Gaming if Score Gaming make it through their quarterfinal.
Well, honestly, if anything, given the monthly finals was a 3-0 in favour of Score, perhaps another team does need to step up and take them out. Chris taking a little bit of a grenade to the face, but will show no fear whatsoever, and I think well-earned confidence for Black Eagle as they secure themselves their passage to the semis.
Extremely well played by Black Eagle. They show that if they get the chance, if they get that foundation to just be a strong and dominant team, well, then they will surely just take it all.
Alright, so we'll be keeping our eyes on KNESL and on Crows, as well as Chris, sort of sneaking in at the bottom or the middle of the scoreboard there, but with by far the best score. For now though, guys, our Twitch giveaway will... Actually, before we get to that, let's take a look across on our bracket, since we haven't done so already. So, dealers, we've gone a little further than we would have otherwise had we done this right back at the beginning. Let's just refresh the bracket. But who have we got on board for today's competition?
Score Gaming up on top as the first seeded team, going up against Resistance. Both teams are representing respectively Mexico and Spain. Then we've just seen Black Eagle from India move up to the semi-final. Below them it is 6X versus Hunters, Brazil versus France, and then whoever wins that quarterfinal will move up against Syria Love, representing the Russian Federation.
Let's take a quick look at the Syria Love team, because that is, even though Old Gen lost out 3-0 in the, or 0-3 I suppose, in the monthly finals, they were still a very good team. So let's see, any of these familiar names? Not really.
Huh, but they have just been registered today, so this is their first tournament ever.
How fascinating. Alright guys, well with that in mind, that will bring our first game to a close, so let's get our first giveaway of the day sorted out. So that's gonna be Gumball MC5 is our Twitch giveaway winner. Please post your dog tag and platform. So Gumball, would it be fair to say, D-List, that Gumball is your MC5 nemesis?
No, because I'm better at PC than him. I think so.
Or... Well, I never. Perhaps we'll get a chance to test that, because we're going to start ourselves up a community game. So if you guys would like to play on stream during the break while we're getting the next game sorted out, then please use the passkey ESL123 and you can come in and play every little thing that you like. There we go. Ah! And then we of course change across because we're on Android. There we go, so dealers, I don't know if you wanted to join in. We'll see if we can tempt in Gumball. I don't know if Gumball plays on Android, but hopefully. So you can use that passkey, or you can use the global chat invite if you want to get in on this. We'll just hang out until we've got about 3 or 4 players in to make sure that this free-for-all does go ahead. And let's see. What are you guys talking about in the chat? Ah, Gumball, thank you for your details. Oh, actually, that's something I want to pitch to all you fine folks watching here tonight. What would you think about victory animations? I realise that MC5, there's a couple of classes that have kind of interesting victory poses, but so far, I haven't seen too much in that respect. Was that something which would interest you guys? To have victory, kind of victory poses that I guess you could presumably unlock through play, or I guess, oftentimes these kind of things will have some kind of purchasable option. I don't know, I know that D-List, we see those 3 people at the end of the game, but we never get to see them do little dances and stuff, and I feel like I'm really missing out.
Do you want Fortnite dances? Something like that?
Well, without the lawsuits, yes.
Yeah, well, Peter, I'm sure that if you and I get together, then we can create a dance for MC5.
Oh gosh. Well, there you go. Let's see if... honestly, I think, yeah. I know what people would reckon. I think the game could probably benefit from an emote system. Even if it's just for the pre-game of the Battle Royale so people can communicate with each other. Yes, that cupcake commander was the one which made me think of it. Because I saw the commander had a really cool pose and I was like, why doesn't everybody have a cool pose? They need to make snow guns. What are snow guns, Mech Warriors Master?
Snow guns? Or Cupcake is talking about a lava weapon.
Oh well, there's the lava camo, which is out recently. That's 2,500 credits from what I remember.
That's not that bad.
Well, it's it's a premium purchase. But
well, maybe you should just get good then and win these ESL tournaments.
That's true. I mean, that's what happens when you've got all the stuff unlocked, as a lot of our ESL top players have. It's one thing to just kind of show off the fact that you've got more credits than you know what to do with.
That is true, kind of it. But a lot of our players also are pretty good, so that is why they can afford those premium purchases, as they just have won a lot of tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, well, certainly for our Android tournament passes, we were saying we had 30,000 credits as a prize pool for that one. So that's pretty cool. At some point, again, we're going to have to merge between iOS and Android, so they'll all be playing for dollary dingoes, which I suppose you could always use to buy credits. But we'll be looking forward to that. For now, we will of course be having a whole bunch of tournaments over the course of this particular weekend. Later on, we'll be going for our usual iOS Blue Cup, but we'll also have our PC finals tomorrow, followed immediately by our Red January Cup number 3. So a very busy weekend for all of us.
Indeed, but Peter, I'm happy to be spending it with you.
Ah, well, that's sweet of you to say. And of course, we're both happy to be spending it with all of you fine people watching here today. It looks like we might not have enough people for this free-for-all, so I'll tell you what, we'll just bring up our next giveaway details while we wait for our next ESL game. So if you head across to facebook.com/modern-combat and type in #quarter, then you can win yourself those 300 credits and work your way towards either a lava gun or potentially a snow gun if that ever happens. For now though, we'll be back in 7 minutes or less with your next ESL match. Welcome back one and all. Let's get into our next round of ESL competition as we see the return of Score Gaming. Let's see if the Black Eagles can impress and put down our monthly Android champions.
For Black Eagle, they're gonna have to go up against a team, as you said, Counterfeit, who have a lot of momentum with them. Score Gaming, they won the monthly final tournament, which was just a few hours ago. They won that in a 3-0 sense, so they have a lot of momentum with them, and they surely will want to win this tournament as well.
Yeah, it's asking a lot from a team though. From Score Gaming to go from tournament to tournament 2 in the same day. You have to think that finals took a lot out of them, but now they're going to be asked to do it all over again. As with those monthly finals in place for Android, it raises the stakes for these Android competitions considerably.
Oh, it definitely does, and it does also make it so that people might take these tournaments a bit more seriously, because now with their monthly final and the credits online, everyone wants to compete and get to that monthly final.
Well, Black Eagle didn't even make it past the first round of the monthly Android finals, just past getting knocked out in the first quarter final. So if they could somehow manage to at least take a game off of Score Gaming here, that would be absolutely massive for them.
For Score Gaming, usually you see Queen or Sohal just be those big players in this game. Queen having only found 1 kill, Sohal having died 4 times, are not having the time of their life, but they're doing their best to come back and turn the momentum for Score Gaming. Right now, Black Eagle, they are staying all the way over to the left, and they are even with Score Gaming. So Score Gaming, they still have to be the attackers and the aggressors against Black Eagle.
Sohail, remember before, being one of those big power players for the squad, picking up more kills, as it's looked pretty good for Black Eagle in the early going. I have to wonder, if we do get into another situation with Score, they come into a round so confident, they actually end up giving up a lot of kills in the early going.
But that isn't the case this time around, Counterfeit. They are ahead 3 kills, and Shady right here finds a kill on to Cross, I think it is. And for Black Eagle, that now means that they are the ones that have to attack Score Gaming. Score Gaming, they have now taken over the area where Black Eagle were formerly hiding.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. When you're in the lead, you want to try and bleed to the opposition for as many kills as possible. Andre ventures beyond the borders of the new Score Gaming base, pays the price for it, but now it's gonna have to be the Black Eagle squad who pay the price in blood if they want to take back any kills of their own.
Black Eagle, they are the ones that have the pressure on them, because they have to push in. They are behind 2 kills, and time is running out. There's only 4 minutes left to go, and while 4 minutes is a lot of time, you still want to end this game ahead, and you still want to run out the time while being up in terms of kills.
The Queen of Score Queen, doing fantastically so far. 3-0 with that BSW. So gonna do a pretty good job of giving them the run for their money. Of course, it's the old classic conundrum. How do you get ahead? Make sure one person is picking up a lot of kills, and with one other person picking up nearly no deaths.
Good point, Counterfeit. Right in here, we see 1 kill being traded over. 4 kills are the difference between these 2 teams. Make that 3. Military support is yet to come out here between these 2 teams. No one is really backing up a lot of those kill streaks in order to get that military support. But Black Eagle are fighting back, and now they have only 1 kill left that they need to pick up.
Eagle, Beagle, Sneagle, Snoogle. All these words and more could be used to describe, not perhaps accurately, but can still be used to describe the red team in this game, as they're honestly doing pretty well. Sohal doing a nice job of flanking around, takes down 3 kills in a row, and shows the power of having a flexible strategy. Score Gaming, they aren't just sitting back and waiting for Black Eagle to come to them, they're letting Black Eagle get in position and then punishing them for it.
Sohal is running that ERG. That means that he is running with a bounty hunter. And thus is just doing the best he can to get that military support. As a bounty hunter, you don't have to get kill streaks, so you can slowly rank up and get that military support, which you surely want on a map like this, which is very open.
Well, for all that Score Gaming come into this game with the highest possible amount of momentum, they are not far ahead of the Eagles here. It could easily turn around on one poorly played fight, but I suppose at Score Gaming that they've got the major experience advantage. I don't know if Black Eagle have got the the leadership capabilities to be able to pivot their strategy to deal with what Score Gaming are putting out.
But now we are getting close to that ending counterfeit. Score Gaming have 34 kills. Black Eagle, they have 30. I'm not sure we're gonna reach a 50 kill mark. But with 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go, and Score Gaming and Sohal finding kills, we could very well actually get to that point before the time runs out.
Brutal and bloody is the exchange in this first match between these two. Just like before, actually, Score Gaming pretty even in the early going, but towards the end it just gets wildly out of control. I think that speaks to the Score Gaming style of just, running and gunning right in people's faces, at least as a reason, and not allowing them to get back on their feet once they've been knocked down.
46 to 37 counterfeit, and with 38 seconds left to go, Sohal, who had a very bad start of the game, has fought his way back. 11 deaths but 14 kills is exactly what Sohal is rocking. And now, while he does manage to trade 1 for 1, you see Shady coming in and finding another kill, and that means that Sohal's death is not in vain.
Last few moments left in the game. It does look like we'll be hitting up that 50 kill mark as Score Gaming end out their first game against Black Eagle 10 ahead, but it was pretty darn close for a while.
Oh yeah, it definitely was. And now, here against Score Gaming and Black Eagle, the next map will be Scramble. So it's not over yet, and I'm sure Black Eagle should be able to fight back on Scramble.
So let's look at those KDAs. It is going to be Shardy who actually comes out the best in that respect, along with Andre. So the top two scorers, both have relatively similar KDAs, so it's actually the work being done by the two lower players on the scoreboard that gets the job done. But anyway, around it, we've got the next game coming up, so get your Facebook entries in while you can, and we shall return. More MC5 coming up after the break. welcome back everybody. Score Gaming versus Black Eagle on the Scramble. Now, Deedless, how do you prefer your eggs?
I prefer them scrambled, Counterfeit.
Well, you're in the right place. Well, our next match may well be on over easy.
Yeah, well, Black Eagle and Score Gaming. Going to be an interesting match. Score Gaming, they won very convincingly game 1, but Black Eagle, they are a team you cannot underestimate, because if you allow them to just get a few kills here and there, then they are going to be running away with an entire kill lead.
Well, Andre, remember from before, we pointed them out as one of the players for Score Gaming that had that very good KDA, quietly working away in the background to push Score Gaming to a pretty substantial game 1 win. Now Black Eagle with their backs against the wall. Well, you know, dealers, what they say about eagles, they're most dangerous when they're cornered.
Oh, I'm sure that the Black Eagles, when they are cornered, are more dangerous than other species of eagles. So far, Score Gaming have not experienced that. They have experienced, however, that the Black Eagle will die very easily if shot by a shotgun, a sniper rifle, or a pistol.
Well, I don't know if you're aware of the origin of the Black Eagle team name. I mean, neither am I, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it relates to the legendary Black Beagle, the most terrifying of all the household pets.
Well, I'm afraid of dogs, so I'm going to give you that one, Counterfeit. I would not like to meet a Black Beagle. I think Score Gaming, they are pretty happy with meeting a Black Eagle, however, because Black Eagles are pretty far behind now.
Well, obviously, you know, Black Eagle's generally not as friendly as a Black Sneagle, which is it's an eagle that, you know, is into cuddling, or snuggling as the case may be. I don't know where I'm going with that one. But anyway, Sohail doing a pretty good job as always, delivering justice the only way that Sohail knows how, which is at the end of a gun.
Have you ever seen a Black Teagle, however, Counterfeit?
I don't know. What's a Teagle?
A Teagle is a harvesting machine, and you know what? I think Score Gaming, they might be able to change their name to Teagle after this game, because damn are they harvesting some kills.
Yes! Oh, sorry, my brain just fell out of my ear. I'm sorry, it's a medical condition. So let's take a look across at those numbers. So Musa OP doing some nice work quietly, where Sohail is going around the diamond dog of the Score Gaming lineup, stealing all the credit, all the glory for themselves, and I assume spending it at the glory store.
27-14, Counterfeit. Airstrikes are being deployed. Will this Black Eagle be able to avoid it while in flight? Or will they be hit on top of their head by a bomb? Well, as far as looking like, multiple Black Eagles have been hit because they are down 3 members.
Oh boy, you stole my point right out of my mouth, because I was going to say, you know how many wings eagles have? It's 2. And in this case, those 2 wings are KN and Croze, who I think are going to have a pretty tough time of bringing this game back, as unfortunately, I don't know if this is a strategy or just some unfortunate connection issues for the Black Eagle side too. I thought maybe they were trying to reduce their numbers intentionally, but I don't think it's the case. It's certainly not working out very well if it is a ploy.
Well, Counterfeit, Score Gaming with this gigantic man advantage are, well, quite far ahead, to say the least. Nearly having a 20 kill lead is something we don't see every day. Black Eagle not being able to fly away from this one. Might just be shut down here 2-0 in our first semi-final of today.
Well, Sevak is saying in the chat that there's a tree floating in the air on the Battle Royale map on the southwest side of the temple. Maybe that's where Black Eagles roost. when they're not playing on the battlefield.
That is maybe correct, Counterfeit. But for now, the Black Eagles are being shut down. And will most likely be losing this semi-final. Counterfeit, did you know that the Black Eagle is a bird of prey?
I didn't know it was religious.
Do you know that they soar over the forest in the hilly regions of tropical and subtropical areas?
Ah. Well, whenever I'm soaring in my garage, I tend to get told off, so hopefully they don't have to suffer the same fate.
Did you know that they hunt mammals and birds?
Ah. The deadliest prey of all.
Yeah. And the Black Eagles, this time around, are not so good at hunting because they are facing human beings with guns.
The most terrifying creature of all was humankind, as it turned out. A sobering lesson.
I would assume it's humankind because, as far as I know, humankind still exists.
Does it? Or are we all brains in a jar? Score Gaming will perhaps find out the answer to that question at the end of this rainbow, but right now it's looking like our Android monthly champions, that was weird, are able to conduct some kind of witchcraft upon their enemies and will take themselves a second win in a row back to the finals for them.
So in the end, that is going to be Score Gaming moving forward to the grand final. They're looking to win yet another tournament today. Their opponents will either be Hunters or Syria Love, depending on who will win the other semi-final.
So I'll continue to impress, but honestly, the rest of the Score Gaming lineup, Musa and Queen, both performing extremely well, but sad times for Black Eagle. It looked like for just a little bit in the first game they might be able to pull off a miracle, but miracles unfortunately run out at the miracle store. So let's sort ourselves out with some Facebook winner chicken turkey banana sandwich. It's gonna be Adasai. Adasai is our Facebook winner. Please post your dog tag and platform Iringo. So we'll be opening up our Mob Crush giveaway right now, so head across to mobcrush.com/modern-combat. Make an account and type in hashtag Semi if you want to enter in on that one. Now though, congratulations again to Adasai. We'll need your details to be able to get you your 300 credits, which will arrive in 2 to 3 weeks time. For now though, dealers, we need to get set up for our next round of ESL competition. So we'll have to say goodbye to the Black Eagles and hello to another Score Gaming Finals, which will be well, actually, let's have a quick check across on the bracket, because I'm going to see how close are we to the actual finals themselves.
Well, we are only one game away. We have just concluded our first semi-final, Counterfeit. So now we are just waiting to see who Score Gaming will be. Who will they be facing up against?
So we noted before, Syria Love down at the bottom of your screen here managed to take a surprise victory over Old Gen. So perhaps Syria Love, they're the new model. Alright guys, so Mob Crush giveaway still gonna be ongoing until we get ourselves into the finals a little bit. So get your entries in there quickly. It's one of the best platforms to enter in on because Mob Crush tends to get the least traffic of our various different platforms, so your chances of winning are superior. For now though, stay tuned and we shall return. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to our next encounter. Our second semi-final, Hunters against the new blood, Syria Love.
Hunters are hunting here in this game. It's not quite a Black Eagle. They're not a bird of prey. But surely they would have been doing well against a bird? I don't know. Well, that is a weird point count of it. Hunters versus Syria Love. Let's get hyped.
Hype! Yes. Which team will go off and face against our monthly champion, Score Gaming? Score Gaming currently on top of the heap, but will it be Monster and the rest of the Syria Love team who dethroned our number 2 seed, All Gens, in the very first round of competition? Will it be this? I presume they're the Syrian team. It would be kind of weird if they weren't. No, they're Russian.
Yeah, they represent the Russian Federation.
Is Syria? Wait, no, Syria's not in Russia, is it?
Syria? No, Syria is in the Middle East.
How confusing. Well, maybe someone can come up with a idea of that. Sebak, can we spectate this match on PC server too? No, we're playing on Android at the moment, so I'm afraid it's only Android all the time. I do wonder at some point. Actually, I'll add that to my list of things to ask for. Well, actually, no, I think I already know the answer to that. It's probably not going to be no. Because we don't tend to allow people to come in and spectate these, just because if we did, then it would mean each of the teams would probably need to bring in someone to spectate for them just to be able to spot things out. And, you know, that makes it basically a 6-person game.
And that's not what we want. We want a clean and fair fight. Thus far, however, Syria Love, they're not playing cleanly. They're playing dirtily. They are finding kills all over the place and have developed a big lead for themselves.
Yeah, really nice individual performance there. Sonic up at the top of the scoreboard. Gonna go fast, gonna kill a lot of people in a short amount of time, apparently. The Syria Love are brutalizing the Hunters in this first match of our second semi-finals. Looking pretty gnarly. Let's see, so Hunters from France beat out Team 6-9 in their quarterfinals. But yeah, Syria Love showing no mercy whatsoever.
Can you bring up the scoreboard counterfeit? I want to see who's the big player. I do think it is Sonic. 15 kills. Wow, this guy is putting in the work, but just below him, it is going to be Manas with 8 kills on his own. So it's not like Sonic is stealing this show away from the rest of the Syria Love team.
Real impressive stuff though all around. Yes, you're right, Manas doing a real nice job with that lava flavoured BSW. Gonna show off the swag when you want to be at the very top level of MC5 esports. And Syria Love, they look to be well on their way there with a absolutely crushing first game victory. We expect these games to get more even as time goes on, but that wasn't even remotely close.
No, 50 to 15. That's not something you see every day. And if Hunters, they want to stand a chance at getting into the grand final, they have to step it up here in the next game.
So let's take a look at those numbers once more. Sonic ESL amazingly performed, as is the Monster. But of course, Manas lurking down there in third place with a 10-1 record. Honestly, across the board, the scoreline for Syria Love looking pretty darn amazing. Only remains to be seen what they can show us in Game 2. As you have to know, Score Gaming are watching this game, and what they're seeing right now, I'd imagine is pretty darn troubling. Mob Crush giveaway will remain in place until we are done with the semi-final, but based on what we saw in the last game, that could be pretty darn soon, so get your entries in while you can, and we shall return in 7 minutes or less. Welcome back, one and all. We are getting onto Scramble for our second encounter between Syria Love and the Hunters, who apparently have become the prey.
Yeah, they definitely have. Syria Love, they dominated game one kind of thing. And I know I don't use that word very conservatively, but man, if there's ever a time to use the word dominated, then that game was definitely all about it, because Hunters, they lost with a 35 kill deficit.
Yeah, pretty crazy stuff from Syria Love, the team that would be king. Score Gaming's reign at the very top of the Android ESL competition could be a short one if Syria Love continue to dominate like they are seeming to do in this series once they go up against the top bananas of Android Score Gaming in the next round. That is, of course, assuming that the Hunters don't bring out something surprising in game 2 and make liars of us all.
I'm looking forward to seeing if it's going to be Sonic again. I'll keep my eye on that guy, because he found, what, like 15 kills in game 1 this time around. Having died twice, haven't found 1 kill, but in his stead, it has been Osama, who has found 4 kills.
Well, I mean, we've talked about this before. It feels like, for, in some of the games, maybe it's player favoring a particular map, knowing the right angles, and being in the right place at the right time, as Osama is there, operating from extreme range. And this is one of those situations where those snipers really get to make use of, having those really long-range scopes. It's that you just get to fight from way beyond the effective operational range of anyone else.
But once again, Syria is developing quite the kill lead counterfeit. 11 to 19. It's not as big as the last one, but it is much characteristic for Syria Love to have these big kill leads.
It's looking like Syria Love, while not as ludicrously far ahead as the first game, are looking at pretty gnarly. Unknown does do a nice job there with the Bounty Hunter. As I mentioned before, having more free access to those kill streaks could potentially break up in the line of Syria Love, as they're actually not, well, I say they're not winning by miles, but they did just get 4 or 5 kills in a row. So Hunters, while they might strive, they've got a hell of a mountain to climb.
Syria Love, they are grouping together on the way over to the left side of this map. You can see how they are just standing together as a team, but oh, here comes the bottleneck from Hunters, and they immediately just cut them down.
Osama and Manas, the two big standouts, though. Looking across the Hunters side, Dark Ghost is actually doing a pretty nice job for themselves. 9 and 6 is a decent kill death ratio, but by themselves, and also dropping a members for the Hunters side of things, it doesn't look like it's getting better unless Nyman, who did pick up a couple of kills, starts to, we start to see multiple team wipes in a row of the Syria Love team.
For the Hunters, they have to pull something out of the hat if they want to turn this around. They need 20 kills. Syria Love, they need 9. Big difference, counterfeit.
Yeah, those numbers don't lie. And the numbers of the Hunter team could well be up here as Monster continues to pump out those grenades into the close quarters. Extremely effective at close range. Honestly, not too bad at the longer ranges either. 4 kills remaining for Syria Love to confirm their spot in the finals against Score Gaming.
Score Gaming, they must be trembling right now, seeing how dominant Syria Love are. This team, they have not given Hunters a single chance at getting back into this game. And once again, we see them just shut down Hunters without a single drop of sweat coming forth on Syria Love.
So yes, the Kings of Android face off against their first challengers in Syria Love, the upstart team who knocked down the previous finalists from the monthlies. Will we perhaps see a very short reign for Score Gaming? There's only one way to find out, and that's to stick around, because we will have ourselves a winner after the break. For now, though, we are gonna keep our our Mob Crush giveaway running for just a little bit more. Hashtag semi on Mob Crush if you want to enter it, and we'll be starting our next giveaway as well on YouTube. Let me just make sure these are up to date. The links to everywhere. So if you guys haven't entered before, hashtag finals on our YouTube page, and that will get you in the right place to be eligible for a 300 credit giveaway, which will happen right at the end of the stream today. So once more, hashtag finals. Don't spam it because Nightbot will get mad about it. But otherwise, we'll catch you guys in a little bit once we've got Score Gaming and Serial Love in place for what should be a fantastic finals and a first title defense for Score Gaming. Ladies and gentlemen, friends around the world, welcome to the grand finals of the Android January Cup number 2 as Score Gaming look to defend their title of Best on Android against Serial Love.
Score Gaming, they are the defending champions from the monthly finals of November/December, but Serial Love, the newcomers, a team just created today, have gone all the way to the grand final and are looking to take down the kings of the Android tournaments.
Serial Love taking the place of Old Gens, the number 2 seeded team who lost out to Score Gaming 0-3 in the monthly finals. Serial Love are seemingly saying it's our chance to take a shot at the number 1 seed, the number 1 team, and they take the first kill as well as they go charging in, even with a numbers disadvantage, showing a very little fear.
Score Gaming, they do have the lead right here, but Daily ESL running away has taken a lot of damage and doesn't want to fight, but will be taken down in the end. Score Gaming coming out successfully.
Yes, perhaps a little too early to speak of a lack of fear on Serial Love's side, as they got overwhelmed by that initial push from Score. Now all 5 members in circulation. Perhaps this next fight goes a little bit differently.
No FPS, finding a kill right here, has found 3 on his own. Serial Love is relying quite a lot on no FPS, as they just lost a man, which is also going to hurt them quite a lot. Score Gaming, with 10 kills, are trying their best to develop a lead against Serial Love.
This series best of 5 score. I think kind of, well, given how close it is, I don't know what the difference would be if there was another Serial Love player here, but right now Score Gaming with all 5 members are able to defend themselves against this multi-pronged Serial Love attack, which unfortunately for Serial Love isn't managing to hit exactly the same time as each other. And Score Gaming can just turn from side to side and eliminate each prong of the attack as it comes in.
Oh, the newcomers of Serial Love are falling behind in this title match for the crown. They want to win and take over the kingdom that Score Gaming have built for themselves. But they have to go through the old kings first, and it's not looking like an easy task.
There's a reason why Score Gaming are at the top right now, at least on Android. And they're showing off some real serious skills here. Not least of which is the ability to see that when they've got the chance to put this first game beyond repair, and they are showing no mercy whatsoever to the challengers.
No, they are not. They're shutting them down very easily here. Serial Love, they're not standing a chance against Sohal and the rest of Score Gaming. Sohal having found 11 kills. Alongside Musa is continuing to rain down fire upon Serial Love.
You know, Dealers, I was questioning this support choice before, but seems to actually be working out pretty well for Sohal. After dominating on other picks, now the support with the Scar, I believe is the name of the LMG, are doing really well with those short-range headshots.
Oh, Sohal just continues counterfeit. Score Gaming looking so strong here in the first match in the grand final. If this continues, we might have a 3-0 for Score Gaming.
It would be quite the day for Score Gaming to cement themselves right up at the top if they could shut out every other team from even taking a game off them, at least when it comes to a grand final itself. Daily gets a nice couple of kills before falling themselves. But yes, it's looking like it's going to be all Score all the live long day. I hope that Serial Love can fix whatever issues they're having for game 2, because we know how strong they can be. It's just not happening in this game.
Oh no, Serial Love, they have, as you said, shown the dominance. We saw them pick up the victory with a 35 kill lead, but that's not coming out here against the kings of Score Gaming. Serial Love, the princess, might just fall here from the very start.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I believe Hunter's got it right. It's the Shred is the name of this particular gun. Though I'm more than open to being correct on that. So with being on the support class, will have access to that health pack, though I don't think I've seen Zohal actually use it. Much like you can use grenades to floor bang, though, you throw down a health pack in the middle of this central building and you're covering multiple floors with it at the same time. So very powerful, but Score Gaming didn't even need it to secure their first victory of the day.
Now Score Gaming move 1-0 up here in this grand final. Looking to take it 3-0, and if they can keep up this performance, then I'm sure it's going to be an easy task.
Alright guys, so YouTube giveaway remains in place. Let's sort ourselves out with a Mob Crush winner, though. So let's see. It's gonna be like 972 Timal is our Mob Crush winner. So, like, if you could enter in your dog tag and platform to the Mob Crush chat, we'll be getting set up for our next Grand Finals game, so don't go anywhere. Score Gaming threaten to dominate once again, but maybe we'll get surprised in Game 2. It's time again for Score Gaming versus Serial Love. Now, D-List, our first game made it look like Score Gaming would hold onto their crown and position as numero uno team on the Android platform. Do you think there's a chance that Serial Love will show us something new in Game 2?
Oh, I'm sure that they are willing to fight back. They are a new team and they must be hungry here for the crown. But Score Gaming, they are just the kings for a reason, and they surely will want to defend their kingdom for whatever cost.
In the early going at least, as has been the case for a few of the Score Gaming games we've been seeing over the course of today over both tournaments, that Score don't tend to break out in the early game, but it's once it gets to the late game that Score tends to really stick the boot home, as we saw a health pack on the floor there. Testament to how I suspect we will be seeing Sohail, if they weren't already too busy being dead, still rocking the support class, and yes, there we go.
Serial Love, however, now they are actually ahead by 1 kill, 2 kill, make that 1 kill again. As Score Gaming, they find those kills back. Sohail, in this game, we know that he can be that big star player for Score Gaming. Has found 3 kills on his own, but we also know that he loves to trade kills on his own, so he has died 3 times.
So you guys are showing some appreciation for our moderators in the chat, and that's always good to hear. You know, those guys work very hard to make sure that everybody has a good experience here, so do let them know if there's anything which you want to know. And of course, thank you to our admin for today, Diamond, for making the tournament actually happen, which is otherwise going to be completely impossible. Right now though, Serial Love are doing pretty darn well for themselves, and actually adopting the shred themselves, taking a leaf out of the Score Gaming book, and it's working out pretty well so far.
Score Gaming, the Kings, however, are not giving up. 18 to 19, so Score Gaming, they are keeping up against Serial Love. And Serial Love, if they're not careful, then Score Gaming will run off with the game in just a matter of seconds.
Still, this second game seems to find Serial Love in a much stronger position than game number 1. Starts to really raise the spectre of actually having a Serial Love come back into this series, not only, you know, with a win, but come back into it pretty darn strongly. Score Gaming, they seem to have been rocked a little bit by our, well, ostensibly Syrian team that I imagine they come from all over.
Oh yeah, well, Score Gaming now falling a further and further behind Counterfeit. Let's check in with some of the stats from Serial Love. They have 14 assists, whereas Score Gaming, they only have 6. So Serial Love, they have found their success in making sure that they all back up each other.
You know, it's all that matters, although numbers right at the top of the screen. Doesn't matter who gets them or how many people get them at once. Oh, wait a second. Syria Love, I think having some pretty serious connection issues, have gone from 5 players down to just 2. And this could spell disaster for our team from the Russian Federation.
That is not what you want to see when you are in the grand final and you are already down 1 game. You don't want to lose your entire roster.
We'll see what the 2 Syrian lovebirds can accomplish with what they've got left in the tank. Certainly trying to find themselves a little corner to hide in where they can't be approached from 5 different sides will be a good start.
Few minutes left to go, and WizScore Gaming having a 3-man advantage. Syria Love aren't quite a big thing.
AFM Hunter, thank you for the pointing out. Yes, that does make a little bit more sense. That was a picked up shred rather than a choice of the support. My bad for not noticing the class not being changed. But still, I guess it's still a testament to how effective that shred has been over the course of this series, at least. As we're actually seeing the Hauser brought out for Queen. This is one of my favourite weapons, Dealers, of course, because of its ludicrously large clip size, which means you can miss a whole lot and you'll still be fine.
Which is exactly what you like to do, Counterfeit. And oh, now Syria Love, they're down to the last man standing. Doesn't stand a chance at all against Queen with that large magazine. Will surely just shoot him down immediately.
Yeah, the house is pretty effective. As you can see there, the amount of bullets this thing chucks out is pretty impressive, though it will drop off over time. Yes, you start headshotting with that many bullets, and suddenly you're looking at an extremely dead person. Oh yes, I can see being asked in the chat about being able to vote for maps, as Big Gorilla is correctly saying, of course, that the ESL maps are chosen by the ESL admins. But yes, if you'd like to play during the break, when we do have breaks, which unfortunately we won't have again for this particular stream, but if you, between series, we'll tend to have community games play, you can absolutely ask for individual maps to be played, whichever one you like. Oh boy, it's down to 1 Syria Love member, and honestly, being only 8 behind when it's 5 versus 1 is not the same. Oh, apparently the Hauser and Shred have got the same magazine size. Well, I never. I'm not actually honestly sure. I've not used the Shred enough to really be able to speak to the differences between the two of them, but I have had it recommended as a pretty strong weapon. And, Dealers, I don't know what you can really draw from this game, given that Syria Love had so many disconnects.
Well, I think one thing we can draw is that they are able to keep up with Score Gaming as long as all of the players are there. But once they start to lose members, it doesn't look that good.
So that's a second game through onto Score. Hopefully, the Syrian Love team can find their way back into the third game. But yes, they're going to need to keep all of their players connected, and that just doesn't seem to be happening right now. So, our YouTube giveaway remains in place. Get your last entries in while you can, because it's looking like it could be another clean sweep for Score Gaming. And if that's the case, if you haven't entered, then you'll be out of luck. See you guys in just a few moments. Alright, welcome back everyone. Thank you to all of you guys in the chat who've been welcoming our Japanese viewers along to enjoy our grand final here today. I don't even know what time is it in Japan right now?
Ooh, I would assume it's probably around morning. Because I know they are ahead of us, and I realized that right now would be morning for at least New Zealand.
Ah, well, I don't know. Konnichiwa? Is that the right term? Who knows? Well, we've got ourselves a rematch of the second game of the grand final, so if you guys cast your minds back, and we can only thank you for sticking around after the delay we had getting back into this remake game too. Serial Love had some real connection issues with 3 of their members, and then I think a 4th one dropping out in the second game of competition, so it ended up being not very much of a competition at all. I'm not really sure what caused this to happen in the first place. I've already passed it along to the community manager Radu from Gameloft to have a look into. But for now, it seems like both teams have agreed to doing a remake. Though Score Gaming have actually had connection issues for one of their players instead.
Well, it doesn't matter too much for Score Gaming as they still are ahead. But I say that, and right immediately as I do that, Serial Love, they find 2 kills. And Score Gaming, immediately as I say that, Serial Love, they find 2 kills, they find 2 of their own. And kills are being traded left, right, and center. That's what I'm trying to say, kind of bit. And this game is breaking right open.
Yeah, really strong showing out of Score Gaming. Past this initial section though, Sonic does land a nice grenade double kill there. But Andre, remember, they're the unsung hero of Score Gaming, and they're going to slam in even more points as they get mixed up in close quarters. We'll be able to avenge werewolves stabbing werewolves stabbing werewolves. Will the violence never end, dealers?
Counterfeit, the stats are talking in the favor of Score Gaming. Score Gaming, they have 6 headshots compared to the 1 of Serial Love. They have 4 assists compared to the 2 of Serial Love. And 5 military supports compared to Serious 0. Score Gaming, they are looking like the better team right now, and they are looking like the big favorites to take this second game.
As we said before, Score Gaming defending their hard-earned title from the first Android monthly finals in at least a very long time, certainly in my memory, if perhaps not in living memory. Perhaps some of you guys can inform if you can remember any Android finals from way back when, but it's certainly been a long time, and Score Gaming are not going to give up that title lightly.
Here come some issues once again apparently. As Serial Love, they are now down 2 members. Score Gaming still being down 1 member. Airstrikes being deployed, air auto turrets being deployed as well. So the fighting will go on.
Yes, 4 versus 3 now, the numbers favouring Score Gaming. A surprisingly close game considering what we've seen previously out of Score, but now with the numbers advantage, perhaps they can start bringing back some of the points for themselves. So 30 to 30 as we hit the nearly halfway mark. It looks like both teams still going at each other full bore.
Serial Love, they don't want to lose this game, Counterfeit. Score Gaming, if they go 2-0 up against Serial Love, then the newcomers will not have a chance at taking that crown, or at least will have a very hard chance, as they will have to win 3 games in a row.
Yeah, it's always a tough thing for a team to be facing down the barrel of the possibility of being 3-0'd, or, you know, at best having to then 3-0 the opposition in return to make it back in. But ultimately, that's what we ask of the teams right up at the top of the tables. They have to be our strongest performer, otherwise, you know, they have to give it over to the opposing side, in this case Score Gaming, and admit that they are the better team.
Like in the first game of this best of 5 series, Score Gaming, they're running away with it in the late game. They have been so close here in the first 4-5 minutes, but now that we have gotten to that last stretch, Score Gaming, they have found a lot of kills and developed a lead for themselves.
So let's take a look at those numbers. Sonic pulling out a lot of kills in this game, really propping up the Serial Love squad, but I think given what we've seen so far and the amount of momentum Score Gaming have got, the result is not going to change even if the number of players are a little bit more substantial than last time round.
As Wargaming will once again pick up the second game, or at least most likely, as they just need one more kill compared to Syria Love's 11.
Score Gaming, one more kill's gonna do it at Sohail with the Bramson will finish off the job. That's a Tommy gun! And as we said, will push themselves into position to go for another 3-0. So guys, get your last entries in on YouTube while you can. I'll put out another entry on that one. Actually, I'm just going to make sure that that's the... Is that going to bring us to the correct stream? Hope so. It is! Excellent! Okay, so hashtag finals on YouTube. If you haven't entered already, do bear in mind, guys, of course, that multiple entries will get you disqualified, so don't get too carried away. For now, though, we'll get set up for Game 3. We'll see if Syria Love can keep all their players and keep themselves in the finals at all. See you guys in a few minutes. friends, one and all from all across the planet. It's time for what could easily be our last game of the evening. Score Gaming, Serial Love, Vantage, the only place it's gonna take place.
It's the Kings versus the Contesters, Counterfeit. Serial Love, the new team on the block, are right here to challenge the Kings of Score Gaming. But Score Gaming have won 2 games in a row, and now Serial Love, they find themselves with their backs against the wall.
Now, stop me if I'm wrong here, Dealers, but I'm noticing something a little bit different about this particular Score member, Score Gary. A level 3 member with a tier 2 weapon. That's okay, they've just left. So, I don't know what that was about. Maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't. But what is for certain is that Score Gaming can't afford to have any deadweight on their team coming into this 3rd game of our Grand Finals.
No, they want to just end the series right here and right now. Take it 3-0, but for Serial Love, it's looking like a good start to the game with them having a 5-kill lead.
A very, very strong showing to start things off from the Serial Love squad. Oh wow, that comeback from Score Gaming is pretty eye-watering as well, nearly equalizing in one single exchange.
Oh yeah, and they even take down that recon aircraft from Serial Love, so suddenly Serial Love are bleeding out, and Score Gaming, they're biting back. So right here we do see Serial Love finding a lot of kills, Sohail and Musa OP putting in the work. Musa OP having found 5 kills and 3 deaths. Obviously have been trading those kills, but that's looking out favorably for him.
So, 5 minutes left to play, dead even between the two. So you can see the firepower from Monster reaching across the entirety of the inside of the central building advantage to claim further lives. Monster, one of the strongest performing members of Serial Love right now. Well, Score Gaming even down to 4 members. They're still fighting with everything they have.
They have gotten quite a lot of military support in this game, Score Gaming that is. It has helped them out a lot with fighting back. Andre finds a kill, has found 6 kills overall, and he's not giving up without a fight.
Yeah, it's fascinating to see how Score are playing this one out. So Musa, who we were following up until their unfortunate demise there, taken out by no FPS, doing an extremely good job of holding down the fort for the Score side of things. So I don't know if we'll be seeing that Gary player again, but I suspect probably not.
I don't imagine Gary will come back in this game, Counterfeit. However, I do imagine Serial Love might make a comeback, as it is so close and they have managed to turn things around in the past.
A very, very close game for this game number 3 as Queen delivering out punishment with the Slack in short range. Has actually picked up a boss to replace their shotgun and using it to great effect as Sohail doing some good work actually with the Commander class. I don't think I've seen them on that one before, but the Severance shotgun in close range does its work gleefully.
On the side of Score Gaming, Sohail having found 9 kills. It's putting in the work that Score Gaming they need to stay ahead of the curve. It's all looking bad for Serial Love. They're starting to fall, and it's all at this point in time where it usually turns out poorly for them, where Score Gaming, they step up and they start to take over.
Yeah, 3 minutes left to play, and while Serial Love managed to bring themselves back in there with that last exchange, they've got so much work to do. Both teams down to just 4 members. And the heavies starting to come in because there's so many deaths coming through so quickly. The relatively low ammo capacity of the Slack just isn't coming into play at all.
2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go in this game. Or 9 kills for Score Gaming. Make that 8 rather, as they found a kill. And now Score Gaming, they want to take this grand final 3-0. And just overall on one day take 2 grand finals. in a 3-0 manner.
Now, Score Gaming, very close to doing exactly that. Right up at the top of the heap, and Syria Love starting to DC now. I think they know this game beyond repair. Score Gaming will stand undisputed at the top of the mountain with just a couple of kills more. Of course, the Slack will make that just a little bit swifter as Queen takes one and Andre finishes the job.
Score Gaming are undisputed kings in the Android tournaments. Well played by them. Syria Love, they didn't stand a chance at all. They tried their best to fight, but Sohal, Andre, and Queen, they are so good at this game. They play extremely well, and they shut down Syria Love as a 3-man unit.
Well, guys, that's going to tie us up for our second of our 5 tournaments over the course of this weekend. We've had all the Android we can handle, but a little later on this evening, in fact, just over 3.5 hours, we'll be back on iOS, with also having a monthly finals on PC for I think the first time ever tomorrow, as well as our regularly scheduled iOS tournament. Thank you guys so much for coming along and watching us. We have got a winner on YouTube. That's Agit Reiner Gaming, AGT Reiner Gaming. Hopefully you're still around, but either way around it, well, we'll give you a couple of minutes to respond. Tell you what, while doing that, we're going to set up a custom game for you guys to play live on stream. So you'll need to be an Android in order to be able to join this game. If you use the passkey ESL123, then there we go. We'll try and find ourselves. Uh-oh, we've gone all French all of a sudden. Just a second. There we go. So, I don't know if you guys are aware, but I'm secretly French. And the game keeps trying to out me. Also, Deedless is actually French. He's just pretending to be Danish.
Yeah, surely. I'm a Dane who speaks both German, French, English. What else is there? Swedish, Norwegian.
Really? You speak all those languages?
Well, I wouldn't say I speak Swedish and Norwegian, but I can understand it.
Okay. Well, so, please use that passkey or your global chat invite to get into the game to finish off today's stream. I think Reiner Gaming probably isn't here anymore. We'll give him another minute or so to respond, and then we'll start redrawing until we find someone who is. Again, congratulations on Score Gaming, just as Deedler said. Crowned 2 times champion on Android. So, I don't think you get a more definitive showing of dominance from a team than winning a finals and then going on to win the weekly competition immediately.
I know that's true, and Score Gaming, they have just shown to be that strong team. I'm looking forward to seeing them next week, and we'll see if they can keep up the performance.
Alright, so we've got General and III in the game. I believe we're maybe going to have some of our moderators joining in, so I think Hunter's going to be coming along as well. So let's redraw on YouTube. So Yosef Malachi, hopefully you're around as well. Citru barely understands any Danish at all. He's Swedish or Norwegian then. Oh, that's right, yes. Man, there's so many languages in Europe. Like, have you guys ever considered just all speaking English?
Sorry, did you ask me a question?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, what did you say? What was it?
I was wondering if the entirety of Europe had considered just discarding their various languages and using the English language instead.
How could I know?
I'll take that as a yes, but you're too shy to say it. It's okay. I'll put the paperwork through now. Oh wait, let's all. So guys, we've had one of our Japanese fans taking part today. So if you have the chance, please do use Google Translate to say goodbye to them, because I thought it'd be nice. Does that translate back and forth okay? It does, okay. Oh, why can't I copy and paste?
You can't copy and paste.
Oh, there we go. Alright, so we're going to start off our last game. Oh, hello, we lost someone. Let's write one more invite. Let's just get the game started. And did we have a response from Yosef? No. Alright. So we'll keep redrawing until we find someone who is actually here. For now, just our usual business. If you haven't already, please do follow Modern Combat on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube? Yeah. And Mob Crush as well if you're feeling spicy.
Yeah.
You can
Obviously, guys, you can also find us on different social medias if you want to hear more about Counterfeit and I.
Yes, you can find Deedless at Deedless Casts. Maybe you'll chuck that into the chat somewhere because that's a little bit hard to spell.
I'm not in the chat anymore, unfortunately.
Betrayal.
I'm sorry.
Alright, Jao Marcon Rodriguez. Jao Marcon Rodriguez, if you are in the chat, please do respond. Well, maybe next time, maybe next time. Ooh. You can find me at Counterfeit Cast or Counterfeit Stream all around the place. And hopefully we shall be receiving a visit from Hacksaw tomorrow, when you guys will be excited to have him on commentary once again. So hopefully he'll be able to make it along. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. So me and Deedless will be here for the tournament coming up at midnight UK time. And then, I don't know if Haxel's going to be around for all the stuff. I think Deedless, you're doing a little bit of streaming yourself. Maybe at some point do you think you'll ever do any MC5 streaming yourself, Deedless?
Oh yeah, I definitely will be looking at doing that. Definitely the Battle Royale for PC.
Ooh. Well, if you ever need a good coach for your Battle Royale on PC.
Excuse me, mister. I think I've gotten more turkey dinners than you.
Well, I thought we were going with turkey breakfast. Yeah, you're gonna keep mixing things up. Yes,
Wait,
Michael, it is a sad state of affairs when everyone enters but leaves before they win. Alright, so it looks like Zhao isn't here either. Ugh. Yeah, Big Gorilla's probably right. I mean, that's the thing, the giveaway at the end tends to be the most difficult to find someone because the tournament is officially over, so there isn't so much reason to stick around. Alright, let's re-roll again and see who we get. Roko's Gameplay is Gaming. I think have you seen you typing recently? No, I don't think so. Roko's definitely been around quite a lot, but I think Roko's Gameplays Gaming is also has got their own YouTube channel. And I think it's got a Modern Combat Versus icon, so I'm assuming that they're a Versus player. Neat! Oh boy, yeah. This is a very one-sided custom game.
It's like looking at you and I when we play a 1 versus 1 on PC.
Ah, but it's like we're both on the blue team.
No, a 1 versus 1. I'm the red team and you're the blue team.
Ah.
In that 1 versus 1.
I understand what you're getting at now. I mean, I understood before, but I just intentionally misinterpreted you. What a scallywag I am. Oh, Graph Lunatic. Hey, Monster Gaming. Thank you for dropping by the stream. We're just tying things up on this particular tournament that we'll be back in 3.5 hours. I'm glad that you're happy the game is around. I guess presumably you're a player from a long way back. If that's the case, or even if you're not, welcome to the stream. Now, if you give the old sub on YouTube, then there'll be lots more tournaments over the course of this weekend. If you'd like to catch up or whatever is convenient for you, because again, we've got one a little bit later on. So it depends where you are on the planet. If you're... let's see. So, what time is it for the one we were doing at midnight, that makes sense for people in America, right? And people in
Asia.
Yeah, in Asia. I guess that makes sense.
Or the Middle East.
Yes, and then our sort of midday tournaments are more for European countries. But we pretty much cover the world.
And South Africa, right?
Ooh, quite possibly. But South African time zone is not that different, is it?
No, well, South Africa is an hour ahead.
Oh, there you go.
So I would assume that our midday streams are also good for Africa.
So Ruben Aranda, if you are around, then please do respond with your dog tag and platform. We'll eventually find someone who's still here. Wow. Honestly though, I think in this game Alex Diamond's doing pretty well considering. Yes, they've literally got all the team skills.
Hog chump.
Well. Oh, Monster Gaming, you're an OG of the game. Cool. Yeah, because Modern Combat 5 has been around for an extremely long time. I think it's a little bit different because this Modern Combat 5, whereas compared to Modern Combat 4, is made by a different branch of Gameloft. So I'm not sure there will necessarily be a sequel in a traditional sense. Yeah, because you'd expect there to be a Modern Combat 6 at this point, just because it's easier to sell a new game than just keep upgrading the old one. But I don't think that's kind of the way in which it works. I don't speak with any great knowledge here. But based on the amount of development still going on in Modern Combat 5, the Battle Royale mode and all of the upgrades which are coming in for the Spectator as well, in the near future, that I think it's going to be Modern Combat 5 for the foreseeable future at least, so yeah. Oh, everyone's been playing VIP Street Scramble because it's the fastest way to get credits. I wonder why everybody was doing that. Thank you for that, Michael. It's a monster game you've been playing for 2 to 3 years. Yeah, I think the game has been around 4 or 5 years total. So that's a good amount. Alright, we're going to keep re-rolling. Eventually we'll find someone. Yeah. Gruff Lunatic! There we go. I'm pretty sure Gruff's still around. Gruff might actually be in the game. Yeah, we're actually watching Gruff Lunatic at the moment. I think there's a good chance that Gruff will be able to respond to us. Yeah, Monster Gaming, Overtime is back. We're playing on Overtime at the moment. Wow, everything's working out pretty well today. It's not. I don't think it looks maybe quite as the same as it did in the past. Has Gruff Lunatic got a bit of a weird effect on him? You've been playing since day one but took a long break from 2016 to 2019. Well, nice. Michael, if you come back in... we're obviously more than happy to have you again. I'm not sure the game has changed... Big Gorilla saying people like the mid-range close range combat as well. Yeah. Alright, Gruff Lunatic, give me your deets, and then we can tie up today's stream. Phew. So, Deedless, while I just get that last bit of information sorted out, did you have any wise words, perhaps a haiku, to take us into the cold darkness of the night?
Always bring soda to an MC5 stream.
I mean, I can't really argue with that.
That is my wise words.
Well, there you go, guys. Words to live by. So, Gruff Lunatic is actually here, so that's all good news. Just marking down all of our winners for today. And yeah, I think that's all we need to do. So there we go, Gruff Lunatic, got your details. So again, we'll be back in 3 hours and 20 minutes with our first iOS tournament of the weekend. And then tomorrow we'll have our PC monthly finals, which hopefully should involve Haxel. And the other iOS tournament of the weekend as well. Yes, Gruff Lunatic, we were watching you play, that's how we knew. So guys, I've been Peter Kennever Hartnell, joined by Jesper Deedlers Kunz, and we thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you again on the Flippity Flop.